Hey ho, Fidelity Fortune Hunters, it's Tom Wilmot. In this video, we're going to respond to a couple of nice comments we had in previous videos and talk a little bit about different types of layouts. And then we're also going to double check and see about different time frames. So hold on to your hat. We'll get started with a quick video right after this. Okay, you fortune hunters, welcome aboard. Let's get right to it. And this is the background for Active Trader Pro and Fidelity, as you know. And on the screen right now, we have a Tesla chart over several weeks and months even, dating all the way back to the 1st of January 2020. And the first thing that we could share with you is that we can adjust the size of the candles, the width of the candles, make more appear or shrink it by grabbing this particular icon right here and either shrinking it down so we only see the last period of time and we have thicker candles, a little more visible, or we can see a longer time period by switching out here. You can see all the way to 2020 as we just showed you. And the way you turn that on and off is to get to this little icon, this down arrow in the corner. Right now, what I'd like to do is to make this a little bit bigger and expand the chart. And this will show us what's been happening since about the 1st of April in the second quarter of the year, which just wrapped up because we're recording this on the 3rd of August 2020. Now, it's clear that Tesla had a huge move to the north, and it was in keeping with our multiple moving averages. Let me get rid of this thing right now to make a little more room on the chart. And once again, as you know, we can adjust and slide things around and make them bigger or littler by moving our margins as well. Here we go here by on the left or the right hand side, sorry, and then the vertical is right here. Now what's happened is that we had Tesla moving, obviously the 12 EMA crossed over the 24 EMA and we're moving in this direction. Then we had a gigantic breakout about the 1st of July as we headed into earnings season for Q2 of this year, and this enormous move to the north. Now, the other day we got a great comment and question in the comments field down below, and please feel free to add those anytime you have a question. We'll try our best to get back to you as quickly as we can. And the idea was, could we see multiple time frames on the same chart window? Or how could we organize our layout, better stated, to show some different things? Now, you're not limited to one chart for Tesla or for any other symbol. Notice here, although it takes up all the real estate right now, if we were to go to this particular icon and downsize it entirely, then like everything else, it would show up in our tools and use box down here. Now we have a chart, we have their daily dashboard, we have options, trades, and so forth, two options chains, and then an option summary as well. And so that's not what we want right now, but what we would like to do is make this a little smaller. So choose the middle one, which downsizes it a bit. And you can see now that this is really the main screen for Fidelity ATP right here, this area. And so by doing this, we can say, okay, over here, we have our 195-minute chart. And if we were to come here to charts, right, in the top menu bar, we could add a new chart, and that would be populated right here. We could move it over next to it, and they could be side by side. Of course, you could do 4 or 5 of them if you wanted to. But in this case, what we'd like to do is match our linking color here, the orange, and we'll do 2 Teslas. And when it pops up right away, we can see that it is the same. It's a 195-minute chart. And you can see here are all our indicators here that we have on the screen. And you could still go back to this particular thing and show the history viewer and make this smaller or larger or whatever you wanted. But more to the point, over here, what we could do, because this is the one now that's selected, is we can come down here to the time frame, and we could make this, instead of 195, we could make this a 30-minute chart, or anything else really for that matter. Then you can observe, you can see here, this is the 195 minute and not much is happening. And you can see even here that we have on the 30-minute chart, which gives you a more specific picture of all of the intraday activity. You can see that this is also in a choppy zone, as opposed to back over here when we move back in time, and we can see on a 30-minute chart that this is the area where you would like to be able to get into that entry, and over several 30-minute periods, the multiple moving averages are headed higher. Now, this is our other template, actually, and let me get to that in just a second. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see it more clearly. I'm actually going to clear out these things right here. Let's clear them out and see what we've got. Let's delete it for the time being so we get enough real estate. And you could delete the stochastic as well. Let's just shrink it down a little bit so we have a better, clearer view of things. Once again, here we were on our upward track, and this is one of the other templates that we described and discovered actually in our Forex work, which is called Super Gamma Quick. Gamma being multiple moving averages, according to Daryl Guppy's analysis, the Australian technician. Anyway, here is our long-term moving average headed higher. I think I have this set to 35s and 50s. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, here are some of them, the 45 and the 50 and so on and so forth. From 35 to 50, and so that's the longer term accumulating the equity position traders. Here are your scalpers in the shorter term moving averages. You can see when you pull back into the bands, we have some stability here on the 30-minute chart, but then we have a nice launch higher. And that's another way that you can use the multiple moving averages. I have kept track of all of those, and in the area right here in terms of settings, actually it's the icon, the disk icon next to settings. Here's my simple 1224 cross. Here's what I call fast running, which is that super gamma. Here is a nothing. I can show you this chart to go back to absolute zero, just the candlesticks themselves. You can see that as well. And here's an area where you could conceivably make this a smaller amount to widen your candles and get a better view of things. So that's it on our tips on ATP and Fidelity Active Trader Pro for today. I hope those are helpful to you, as well as how you can use your moving averages to optimize your entries. If you're not satisfied with the 195 minute, that this is a setup that you'd like to see, you can check your date and your time. Right here, obviously, up in this row here, you can see exactly which candle you're talking about as you move this around. Then you can move to your 30-minute chart and get a better view of how the stock might be performing in a shorter time frame. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Great luck with your trading. Subscribe to our channel if these videos are helpful to you. Give us a like. Don't be stingy. Give us a like if you like the material, and please leave your comments down below. Also, if you're interested in checking out Forex and our templates that we transfer back and forth between the two instrument vehicles, please check out fxfortunehunter.com. So, for today, Tom Wilmot, thanks again for watching, and take care.